Hey, planners. I am back. Did you miss me? Yeah. So I kind of fell off on filming and posting these. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't touched that planner that I'm touching right there in 5 months. I just have not had the time and I absolutely missed it. So I am back. I've still been planning. I just have been planning in my functional daily planner lists and things like that. But I wanted to get back to pretty planning because I miss pretty planning. So here I am using my Make-A-Wish collection. Oh, I didn't even notice that, but you see my little hair sticking out there. My Make-A-Wish collection, which was my birthday collection for this year because last week was my birthday week. So I decided to go ahead and figured that was a great time to jump right back into planning. So I am laying down my top strips from the journaling kit, and these are printed on washi paper because I love how super thin it is. The only thing washi paper doesn't work great for is layering because you can see what's underneath it. So if you notice that the top is completely white because I did actually use a whiteout thing on those lines that are usually there because you could see them through the washi paper, and that was bugging me. But it took all of 3 seconds to not 3 seconds, 3 minutes to white out all of the boxes for this week. And yeah, so now there's a nice blank oh my goodness, you guys, it's been so long since I've done this blank canvas that I have to work with. And then I am going to do the corners in washi, but then a lot of the layering things I'm going to use are printed on premium matte paper. Because again, if you layer washi on top of washi, you can see what is underneath it. In fact, my date covers I printed this week are on washi paper. And I realized when I was laying it down that I could see the washi strip underneath it. And I was like, oh, I probably should have done these on premium matte, but I didn't. So anywho, as I lay this down, I will ask everybody, what have you been up to? How has it been? Yeah, like I said, long time no plan. And strangely enough, considering how long it's been since I've planned, this video was only about an hour long. If I had realized how short it was going to be, I probably would have just talked while I was planning. But because I was completely silent and didn't talk at all while I was planning, here I am doing a voiceover later. And this is me trying to decide what to put where, because that is always the hardest thing for me. What do I want to put and where do I want to put it? Yeah. So anyway, what's everybody been up to? Last week was my birthday. I turned 51, and I gotta tell y'all, this has been a tough birthday. You would think that 50 would have bothered me more, but honestly, it didn't. Turning 50 was like, it's okay. I'm 50. But here's the thing. Now I'm 51. So now I'm not just 50. I'm in my 50s. And for some strange reason, that just seems so much worse and so much older. So I definitely have been struggling a little bit with this birthday and realizing that I almost positively, unless I live to 102, have more years behind me than I do in front of me. And that's a sobering thought. So yeah, I won't lie, it's been tough. I've been severely struggling with this one. And then it was also the 10th birthday for Adorably Amy. And y'all, I can't even begin to tell you how crazy that feels to me. Like when I opened, if you would have asked me if I would have been open 10 years later, I would have said absolutely not. Like it's crazy. And I am so very grateful that I can continue to do something where I can work from home so that, my son can continue with virtual school because he's doing so much better with that than he was with regular school. Um, so yeah, so very grateful for everyone that continues to support Adorably Amy. I know in this time right now, things are not easy, and a lot of people do not have disposable income, myself included. So I always am so appreciative when someone decides to, spend their discretionary money with Adorably Amy, because that just makes me feel so happy. Yeah. Hopefully, we have some more years in us. I would love to come back and celebrate a 15th birthday or a 20th even. Well, 20 might be pushing it, but 15 would even be cool. That is if the current president, joke of a president that we have right now, doesn't get us all blown up by then. I'm laughing when I say that, but y'all, it's a little bit of a scary time, and I'm sure you're feeling it just like me. Anyway, so I finished laying down my corners. Now I'm going to start laying down the daily things. I think one of the reasons it's been faster lately, or faster, is because I completely prepped everything. You can see that little piece of paper there. I went through, I wrote everything on them. So literally all I had to do was slap the stickers down in the planner, because I spent 2.5 hours prepping before I actually started filming. And so that, I think, made it a little quicker. And you remember how I said here that you can't layer washi on top of washi because it shows through? You'll notice that that sticker that I just laid down, the round one, is washi, but I laid it on top of a solid sticker, so that where it was showing through was just a solid color versus another pattern. And then it gets to be confusing on your eyes because you can see the pattern through the pattern, and it's like, it just is weird. So I have decided to, going forward, that I would only layer the washi on top of either the actual planner itself or a solid sticker. So here I'm laying down the happy birthday AAD stickers. These are one of my alphabet stickers. I think the hand script alpha, if I remember correctly. There was actually an alphabet release that matched this kit, but I didn't have one printed, and I needed to get filming, so I just went ahead and used a different one, and I think it turned out cute. And I'm putting all these little party stickers down. This is Monday the 2nd, and technically my shop's birthday was the 1st, but I wanted to start the sale on a Monday. So that cute little "What's for Dinner" sticker is from Lily's Little Cupboard. I freaking love her stickers. I'm going to try to shout out who stickers are from as I use them. Like that, I believe that one is Create with Pen, I think is what it's called. And then up at the top, those stickers around the happy birthday thing were from Bubba Bear. Otherwise, everything else on this is mine, at least on this page anyway. There will absolutely definitely be a lot more stickers that aren't mine, because, I've been around for 10 years, and I was planner even before I was a shop owner, so I have a lot of stickers. In fact, I, during my time of not planning, came up with a whole new way of storing my stickers, so that they're right at my fingertips and easy to use. And I did actually have a couple people on Instagram ask me if I would film a flip through of it. So I am definitely going to be doing that probably this week sometime. So look for that. I will be posting it. And yeah. So anyway, other than celebrating my birthday and AAD's birthday, really haven't been up to a whole heck of a lot. This coil down there was really annoying me. The pages kept getting stuck in it for some reason. Otherwise, things have been, the same old. Work, maybe have a little fun. We did renew our annual passes for, not renew, but we started over our annual passes for Universal, and let Disney go for a while, because it was getting to the point where no matter when we went, Disney was always so crowded that it just wasn't even fun anymore. And my son is 15 now, and he is a roller coaster freak, fanatic, just like his mama. He loves a good adrenaline rush, just like me. And so we decided to go ahead and let Disney go for a while and go back to Universal because they definitely have, more thrill rides than Disney does. So we've been spending a lot of time over there. Um, Lucas is obsessed with Velocicoaster, and well, so am I. It's like one of the best roller coasters I've ever been. It might even be the best roller coaster I've ever been on. So, that sticker that I laid down that says "History has its eyes on us" is from Caffeine Queens. That little bubble, the Chinese food that I just laid down, I think is bubble man. I'm almost positive. Um, and then that little rabbit was from formerly Mr. and Mrs. Mint, and so is that little girl, but I can never remember what she changed her name to. She changed it to something, and I cannot remember for the life of me what. um, so yeah. And then that little boat sticker was from Bubba Bear, who I believe is closed now. I don't think she's closed permanently. I just know she's on, I believe she called it a hibernation. So unfortunately, you can't buy anything from there. That little sticker, the little bear, was from Ashley's to-do list, who also is not open anymore. And so now it's just like there's a big empty spot there. What can I fill it with? And then I stopped filling in the spots. And then at the very end, you'll see that I go back and fill in all the empty spots with deco. Didn't leave myself any journaling boxes this week because I was just so busy working all week that we didn't really do anything. So I didn't have a whole lot to journal about. I did journal on Tuesday about Trump and the illegal war that he started. So that's why I had that "History has its eyes on us" sticker. And then there was those 2 round stickers that I had written on. And yeah, so I did that. But other than that, I really didn't journal a whole lot this week because, like I said, I was just so busy that we did pretty much nothing. So I didn't really have anything to talk about too much. So yeah, so here I am doing a little bit of layering, and now I'm going to put the washi circle on top of the regular circle and see that's why it's only going on top of solid ones, because you can see that the solid definitely comes through. And I spent a lot of time trying to decide how I wanted to arrange these. And for some strange reason, I had gotten into the habit of putting the deco on the bottom and the quotes on the top. And I guess I just forgot about that, because you'll see that I did not do that this week. I put everything on the bottom, which I try to avoid doing that because it causes it to get too thick on the bottom, and then that makes it hard to write. But I'm a dumbass, and it's been so long that I forgot all about it. So yeah. That little pot and pan, also from Bubba Bear's studio. And wow, I was very out of frame here and didn't even realize it. Go Amy. Wow. So out of touch, or not out of touch, out of practice. The Trump shit show one is more Trump crap, and that sticker is also from my shop. That little laptop, I don't remember where it's from. That sticker is also Mr. and Mrs. Mint, whose name I cannot remember. But yeah. Oh, look, I did try to fill in this empty spot because it was such a huge empty spot. Like, I was just like, I cannot leave this big glaringly. And let me tell you that peeling the backing off a sticker so thin was not easy. You saw I struggled with it. And that was in double time. So imagine what it was like in real time, because this whole video is in double speed. So yeah, it was worse. But oh my God, when do I realize that I am completely out of frame? I no, a little bit right there. But you see what I mean? How you can see the top through the date cover? Yeah, I need to make sure that if I'm going to do washi on the top, that I need to do the date covers a solid instead of a washi paper. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to yawn in your ear there. So anyway, as for things I've been up to since I stopped doing Plan With Me's, I have become a little Swiftie. Um, I always liked like her music, and I thought she was a great person from what I, had heard about her and things, but I wasn't really like I didn't really listen to her music a ton. I knew like the popular radio, like the ones you would hear on the radio, Blank Space and things like that. And then one day I was surfing around on TikTok before I canceled my account because I don't like their new management now. But back last summer, when I was still using that app, and I was surfing around, and I came across this couple who do like music reactions, and they were doing a reaction to one of her songs. It was called "Don't Blame Me," and y'all, when I say that I was blown away by this song, I did not know Taylor could sing like that. It sent me on a journey. I went and found the album that it was on, and I listened to that whole album. And I am now a Reputation era girly. Forever Rep. Yes, it is my favorite. It's the only, well, one of only two albums where I don't skip any songs. The other one is 1989. So that was, a journey. And since then, I have probably driven my family crazy because now I know all the little, lore about the songs. And when they're playing in the car or whatnot, I will tell them the lore on them. So I'm sure they're tired of hearing it. But that's how I am with something because I have ADHD. So when I get interested in something, it's going to become an obsession for a little while. And then I'll get over it. And I'll still be a Swiftie, but I won't be as annoying of a Swiftie. I mean, I'm not one of those that like you got these girls that are like clowning. They call it clowning, where they're trying to come figure out all of her little clues and things because she does that a lot with Easter eggs and things. I'm not quite to that level of a Swiftie, but like I can honestly say that her music is probably the only thing I've listened to for like the last 4 months, other than like on the radio or whatnot. And I have no idea where I was going with this and why I even started the conversation, other than just looking for things to say because I'm not really great at small talk, another ADHD thing. Um, but yeah, so I've been doing that in my time away. And so one of my favorite things to do right now is actually to watch the music reviews of other people becoming Swifties. And so there's a few people where I follow them, and even one where I have a Patreon account, um, where they do music reactions to all of Taylor Swift's stuff. And it's always fun because, just like me, a lot of people don't realize that that girl can sing. And not only can she sing, but she's an amazing lyricist, like poetry on her pen. And yeah, so it's fun to watch other people realize how biased they were being by not liking her and suddenly liking her. So I think that's why I started it, because that's what I've been up to. It's my favorite thing to watch on YouTube these days. So that is what I do when I'm working. And because I don't have to pay too much close attention to watching it, I can just listen. When I'm working, I like to do things where I'm listening and not watching, because otherwise what happens is I start watching and then I get so into watching that then I'm not paying attention to working, and then I don't get anything done. So if I listen to something versus watching it, then I get a lot more accomplished, because again, ADHD, um, undiagnosed at that, and unmedicated, obviously, because it's undiagnosed, but definitely what it is. And this was Friday, so my actual birthday. Um, I actually share my birthday with like several people that I know. And it's crazy because I don't know anybody else that has like double birthdays. Well, no, I take that back. My hairstylist, Kirsty, and my husband share the same birthday. But a lot of times you don't get people that you know that many on the same day. And it was me, and it's also Laura from My Newest Addiction. She's another shop owner. And then my uh, old best friend's daughter, Alicia, is also born on that day. And this girl named Kathy that my husband used to work with way back in the day, when we still lived in Connecticut, her birthday is also that day. So that's why it says happy birthday. And there are 4 names listed, including my own, of course. And I didn't really do too much for my birthday this year. We were going to go to Universal because they have these cute little bracelets that they give away on your birthday if you have a birthday pin. But it was supposed to rain from like 3 to 5 o'clock, and they were only open till 6 because they had a private event. So they were closing early. So we ended up deciding not to go. And then guess what? It never rained. So I was a little annoyed with that because, like, God damn it, whether people don't tell me if it's going to rain, if it's not going to rain. So instead, we got Chili's takeout because I was in the mood for their chips and salsa. I love their chips and salsa. Like, I could go there and just eat that. I don't need anything else. So we got takeout from there. Oh, excuse me. And then my son and I, Lucas, we watched Scream 1 because, as you know, Scream 7 is out in the movies and I want to go see it. We're probably going to go this week. But I did not want to go without him seeing the first one. Since rumor has it that Matthew Lillard, also known as Stu, is back in this one. And so it seems like it's kind of like a direct sequel to the first one. So I told Lucas that if he wanted to come along to see the 7th one, he needed to see the first one first, or it wasn't going to make any sense to him because he wouldn't know what, the characters and what was going on. So him and I watched that. He actually really enjoyed it. He he had the killers figured out less than halfway through the movie. He's like, I think it's a 2-person job. And he's like, and I'm pretty sure it's those 2. And y'all, it was the hardest thing in the world to have a blank face so that he did not know that he guessed right. I was just like, I guess we'll see. And so then in the end, if you've seen Scream 1, then you know at the end, Ghostface stabs, and I'm air quoting that. You can't see me, but stabs with air quotes, Billy. And so then he was like, oh shit, well, okay, then maybe it's just Stu. And he's like, maybe it's not Billy and Stu. So then when it turns out later that Billy was part of it and the stabbing that he had was fake, he was like, I knew it. So he's like my husband. He's really good at figuring that stuff out pretty easily. I was actually extremely shocked by the fact that he got it literally halfway through, because I know when my husband and I saw it at the movie theaters way back in 1996, where we were barely just together for like 4 months at the time, or 5 months or something like that. I don't know if he figured it out before the end and he just didn't tell me, but like, I was absolutely shocked because I had originally thought that it was Billy the entire time. And so then when Billy got, here we go, air quotes, stabbed again, I was like, oh, fuck, I guess I was wrong. So I was half right because it did end up being Billy, but also it was Stu. And, it's funny because all this time people have been like, Stu's not dead. They don't actually show him dead. I mean, yeah, they show him with a TV on his head and being electrocuted, but they don't actually show him dead like they do Billy, who got shot in the middle of the forehead. So it was always, people were like, I think they left it open. They're going to bring Stu back. So then when everybody heard that Matthew Lillard was going to be in this one, that started a firestorm of rumors. And I have so far successfully avoided any spoilers, mostly because I'm not on TikTok anymore, which is probably where it would have gotten spoiled. So since I'm not on there anymore, it was not spoiled for me. So I'm thinking we might go Thursday night, because I think Friday we're going to actually try to make it over to Universal, because next week my son's on spring break, but that also means that a good chunk of the state is also on spring break. So I feel like next week is going to be really busy. Probably the next month, because you've got, the other states having their spring breaks and then Easter. And so it's going to be very busy for like the next month or so. So I really would like to get over there before it gets too busy, because we don't stand in lines that are over an hour. And honestly, Velocicoaster is probably, that or Hagrid's ride are probably the only ones that I'm even willing to wait an hour for. That's one of the nice things about when you're a pass holder. You can come and go. So like if the line's too long, I'll ride it next time. So yeah, so we're going to try to get over there on Friday, and I'm going to still get a birthday pin because it's only a week late, because I want those birthday bracelets. Each ride has one. They're only on the Universal side, and we actually prefer the Islands of Adventure side because that's where the Hulk coaster is, and also Velocicoaster, and Hagrid's. So our three top favorite rides at Universal are all on the Islands of Adventure side. But we will start on the Universal side so that I can get my birthday bracelets. They're just like plastic jelly bracelets with the name of the ride on them. They're cute, and I pay for an annual pass, so I might as well take what I can get from them for free. And so now I have finished the actual planning, and I'm just going back through and filling all of these empty spaces in, with some stickers, just so they don't look too empty. And man, that top was out of frame almost the whole video. I really need to like put a sticky note up in front of my face that says Amy, frame, in frame, so that it reminds me that I need to keep an eye out on that. Because yeah, that's terrible. Look at that. The whole top cut off. And not just that one page, every single. Oh my goodness, I was slacking. All right, so I am almost done with these. So before I am, I want to say thank you very much if you stuck in there, hung in there, I should say, and watched this entire video. I know it was a lot of babbling about stupid nonsense, but I remembered back in the day, y'all kind of voted that that's what you wanted to hear. So that's what I'm trying to do. And yeah, and if you took part in the Adorably Amy Designs 10th birthday celebration that we had last week, I much appreciate that. Again, without y'all, AAD wouldn't be here. So I always appreciate every single order that I get, every single shout out, everything. So again, thank you. So I'm just finishing up here now with a few things, and then I'm going to probably go through and show each page. I believe I do. Oh, hey, look, I realized I was out of frame. And I'm pointing at that spot because I'm like, I need something, but I don't have anything that fits there. I tried like a bunch of things. Oh, it looks like I finally did end up going with this flower, because I'm like, I need something there, but like, what is going to fit? So, and there's still another empty spot right here, and I have nothing that is going to fit there. Did I do a balloon? It looks like I'm grabbing a balloon. And that balloon did not want to come off for some reason. Oh, I put it over there. So yeah, I guess I don't put anything in that spot in the middle. Do I just leave it empty? What am I doing here? Oh, there's a little leaf right there. There we go. It was actually too small for the spot, but at least it wasn't completely empty. And the next day is Monday. So then once I finish filling in on that day is when I actually show each page, because look at that. I had huge spaces on Monday. Again, because it didn't really do a whole lot last week because I was prepping for the flash sale that I had on my birthday. I ended up releasing 2 additional kits on my actual birthday, one of which was our Wisconsin collection, because we are releasing kits for every single state. And since I was born in Wisconsin, I figured that my birthday would be a great day to drop that collection. So if you're from Wisconsin and you want to rep some Wisconsin pride, check out the shop. The kit collection is called the Dairy State because duh. Almost went with cheese heads, but yeah. So, oh, then I decided that I needed to have this sticker by Trump because it says at this point I need a word stronger than fuck because absolutely we do. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining, and I hope that you enjoyed this video.